Hi, how's it going? I'm Lee, your host for today and every day that you tune in, I guess. And you're watching The Tall Tesla Guy. So, if it's your first time here, not only is this Ben, our faithful golden retriever, who likes to kind of photo bomb some of our video shoots, but we put videos in at least once a week, if not twice a week. We talk about everything from tech to DIY, lifestyle stuff, and certainly Tesla, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So, I really appreciate you jumping in here and listening today or watching today. So, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate you guys tuning in each week and watching the videos, commenting, engaging, and all that kind of stuff. Really couldn't have done it without you. Really enjoyed the ride so far. I can't wait to see where we go from here. So, thank you so much for your support either way. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and think about subscribing also if you haven't. We're going to talk about a couple of things today. Tesla's been in the news almost nonstop since last week. A couple weeks ago, obviously they launched their full self-driving beta version to kind of the early adopters, people that paid the initial $10,000 years ago, people that are supposed safe drivers, that sort of thing. And there's videos all over the place for it. We put in a video kind of last week talking about it, so I'll throw a link in up there to if you guys haven't checked that one out yet. But outside of that, I mean, it seemed to have created a firestorm with other auto manufacturers in that they're trying to quickly jump into the EV market. Some of them have already been in the EV market, and they're really trying to, cement or grab onto a foothold with it, take away some of, Tesla's pillar that they're standing on. Tesla's kind of the innovator in the segment. These other companies are trying to, kind of chip away at their podium there a little bit. Namely, like Ford, obviously they came out with the Mach-E, or coming out with the Mach-E. It's not even there yet, but they're already talking about it. It's actually going to be the one that's the closest in as far as rivalry is concerned to any of the Tesla kind of everybody vehicles, being the Model 3, Model Y. As far as price point, it's close to $50,000. As far as mileage range, it's looking at about 350, which is what the Model 3 and Model Y are going to have once they put the new batteries in them. And even then, it's probably closer to 300. That's really an estimated range, but it's going to have all the technology and stuff like that in it. Obviously, Audi came out with the e-tron, but it's really sitting around 200 miles in range, which isn't even close to anything that is going to make people just jump to, getting an EV, at least not in that aspect. The Volvo came out with the XC40, or at least the XC40 electric version. That's also only going to be 200 miles, 250 miles of range. So again, it's not going to compete for range, not going to help with range anxiety. And then both of them, the Audi e-tron is 67,000 or so. The Volvo XC40 is starting at like 55. So, that's going to be the lowest range version that they have. Stuff like that is not going to dethrone Tesla. I mean, and this is going to sound kind of like a Tesla fanboy video, just because there's a lot of pro-Tesla stuff in it, but I really wanted to kind of throw it out there that, I love the fact that other companies are jumping in there and really trying to, kind of, I would say kind of chip away at the podium, just because Tesla is at the top of it. They say they have 18% of the entire global market for electric vehicles, which is great. Even though 18% sounds low, that's mass-produced, globally on electric vehicles, everything. Tesla owns 18% of it. So, I mean, they're definitely at the top. I mean, they're the king of the mountain on every aspect of that. But really what they've been doing over the years, in addition to improving their battery technology, improving their car technology, improving the design features of the car, stuff like that, is that they've been working on price and focusing on price, kind of angling towards that $25,000 Tesla, just to get the cheap everybody car that he talked about during Battery Day. The Model 3, really kind of a base, 35 to 40, probably 40 with taxes and such and destination. Model Y closer to 50 with taxes and destination. Obviously, you can go higher with any of them, but that range, that low end still gives you 300 miles or 330 miles on each of them, gives you the acceleration, the performance, all that kind of stuff, the technology that you're just not getting with other cars. So stuff like that is going to keep Tesla at the top, but they keep coming. You've got Lucid Motors, you've got Rivian with the truck, you've got the new Hummer EV, that's the GM side of it, and then GM is talking about a Cadillac that's going to be a electric vehicle. It's probably going to be a CTS or something along those lines, a sedan, or maybe they will just kind of throw in on the Cadillac Escalade EV. But the challenges that they're going to have is going to be price point. It's going to be higher than a Model S in some of those situations. So it's not going to be the every person's car. And then on top of that, they don't have the battery technology that Tesla does. So they're going to, and the battery charging network that Tesla does. So they're going to be behind a little bit there. But outside of that, I mean, it's exciting that these people are coming in there. It's exciting that they're doing this. I just feel like they have a long way to go. If you put, Tesla as the #1 EV, and then you start to rank them on different parts of the car, quality, they might go down a little bit, build quality in that. Range, battery technology, they're back on the top again. And then you have, things like the autopilot, right? So we're going to jump right into the full self-driving. Now, when they compared Cadillac, GM's, cruise assist platform to the Tesla full self-driving, and that they sent the article out to kind of piggyback on the full self-driving kind of hype that came out over the past week, whereas in reality all they did was compare their GM cruise assist program to Tesla autopilot. Not enhanced autopilot, not full self-driving, anything, just flat out autopilot. So you get an article like this that says, hey, Consumer Reports ranked the autopilot, which actually led into Elon saying that he doesn't like Consumer Reports. But nonetheless, Consumer Reports ranked Tesla's autopilot at a 57 out of 100, and that's based on reviews and what people are saying and what they tested and this kind of stuff. And then they, at the same token, they ranked GM's Cruise Assist at 69 out of 100. Now, this is the only difference really between the two of them. I mean, GM uses LiDAR, Tesla doesn't, but the mapping and stuff like that, for the most part, it's going to get you safely from one spot to another, providing that the road is safe, the conditions are good, that kind of thing, is that Tesla's flat-out autopilot doesn't have an active camera looking at you while you're driving to ensure that you are paying attention like GM's does. So in reality, that's the only difference, and that's the only reason why they got 12 more points on that scale to bring them up to 69, whereas in reality it requires the vehicle to have driven, or one of their vehicles to have driven on that road in order to get it. It doesn't have real-time mapping. It's based on the 200,000 plus roads that that they have in their system, whereas Teslas can go on any road essentially. The way that it handles and drives itself and stuff like that. So, little things like that have come out over recently, and I think they're trying to, just kind of piggyback on the hype, but it's a little misleading in some aspects because they didn't compare apples to apples. If they'd compared it to full self-driving, even the beta form, the GM's Cruise Assist would have been left in the dust, like no question. Even where it is now and people's questions and concerns about it, 100% would have been left in the dust. Whereas they compared it to the base level autopilot, it doesn't surprise me that it ranked a little bit higher. They also called out that even though there's no camera watching you, on the Tesla version of autopilot, it does require you to manually move the steering wheel every once in a while just to make sure that you're still there awake and alert, which I don't think is a bad thing necessarily, but it's obviously not full self-driving. But it's not supposed to be. It's autopilot. It's not even enhanced autopilot, it's just autopilot. So, that part of it seems like, seems a little misleading, but it all kind of comes back to the excitement for the EV market. It's been huge over the past month, past few weeks, and I think that it's only going to even get more exciting. I think that it will continue, and I talked about this in the last video, that this is going to create competition, and the competition is going to, breed innovation. It's going to increase opportunity and re-challenge the engineers to come out with better and better designs, better and better products, technology, all that stuff. So that part of it is going to be fantastic. I just kind of like to set the level, the record straight a little bit on where any other company is, including some of the established auto manufacturers like Ford, GM, Chevy, Rivian, Lucid. I mean, they don't even have a vehicle to show yet, other than their, kind of mock-up vehicles. Their prototypes. Those are the really ones that you can see, and you can only see them in the promo videos. They don't have anything to speak of as far as mass-scale production to say that they would even come close. It could be the thing that they can't, economies of scale just end up getting them, and they just can't produce them. They're quick to jump on Tesla for being behind in production or pushing out vehicles with quality standards, whereas in reality they have no idea what it's going to be like, other than what Lucid, the head chief engineer came from Tesla, so he understands some of that. But welcome to the arena, I guess. So let me know what you guys think. Throw it down in the comments. I mean, this is a video kind of talking about some of the stuff that's coming out or came out over the past week or so. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you think that it's just too far Tesla promoted to be anything else. But really, though, I mean, it does come down to the excitement on it. So, kind of take that with a little bit of a grain of salt. I'm super excited for the EV market in general. I think it's great. The more and more we have, the better and better the technology is going to be, whether it's a Tesla or any other vehicle. I just wish the prices were more equivalent, and I wish the, product specs were a little more equivalent before they pull it down. But like I said, let me know what you think. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Think about subscribing if you're not in the group yet. Join me on this EV evolution as we move down the road. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Hope you're having a great week so far. Hope you're having a great day so far. And hope you're staying safe out there. Thanks a lot, everybody.